Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. In this specific video, I wanted to do a breakdown. I don't think I've ever done this in this specific way. I just wanted to get your guys' opinion. For those that are going to be tuning in live, you guys should be able to see like the little live chat on this, well, on my right-hand side, so probably your left-hand side. But altogether, I just wanted to break down this one specific stock. Yesterday, this specific ETF cleared almost 10%. I mean, at a point, I think it was up 10%. And this is a natural gas-based ETF. It was very oversold. It became very overextended intraday. If you guys saw the video that I uploaded yesterday, right at around midnight, right, or around 1 o'clock in the morning, something that I talked about was that DGAZ was very overextended and it might have been due for a pullback. I talked about the same thing with JDST, but JDST ended up, covering and making new highs. DGAZ itself ended up getting rejected. I wanted to show you guys what I see and simply ask for your guys' opinion. That's all. Do you think that it's very overbought, and do you think that it's due for a reversal? Or is there something that that you could share with us that would be something of help? 100%, like, we talked about this one. We talked about why it was a little bit more on the overextended side, why it was due for a pullback. And I'm simply going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I am looking at. I'm going to not only talk about DGAZ itself, but the actual correlating future, just to get a little bit more info and direction from it. And I just wanted to get your guys' opinion. That's really just it. So first of all, I went ahead, and if you're part of TechBot Solutions or Learn Plan Profit, under the profit section, I shared it very quickly. So DGAZ, I took a very small day trade position. For those that are part of Learn Plan Profit, they were able to watch me trade live. When I traded live with Learn Plan Profit, I made a little bit over, I think it was like a little bit over $200, and then I went out to brunch with the guys, and I made another $120 profit. So about $319 is what I was able to cover, and this was, when I sold, and it was at around $18. It has pulled back since then, and this was kind of expected. Again, it pushed up, it became a little bit overbought, it was due for a pullback, right? And one thing that I noticed was that, okay, it's due for a pullback. The RSI was very overextended. The MACD is now starting to become a little bit, to consolidate a little bit more. Are we going to see a bounce? This overall SMA line, right, was acting as a resistance as the pattern itself was below the SMA line. That's the screen line. Now that we broke above the SMA line, right, is it going to now act as a support? And looking at the 180-day analysis, I wanted to point out two things. So looking at the 180-day analysis, there's no question that DGAZ is very oversold, right? So very oversold, might be due for a reversal. The most important part, the most important thing that I'm looking at is actually not DGAZ itself, but it's /NG. I actually want to get how many people were able to break down or understand the correlation between /NG and DGAZ and UGAZ all together. So I wanted to do this breakdown with you guys. So I can't see your guys' post. Let's see. Here we go. So okay, so Ricky, I believe natural gas will keep going up due to seasonal patterns. Check the time series models. Okay, sounds good. I like that. So natural gas, short bearish. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I like that. So a lot of people are doing a lot more fundamental analysis rather than technical analysis, right? So a lot of people are saying that due to this 180-day chart, right, we could see the normal patterns, right? Normal characteristics. Obviously, when it comes down to natural gas, there's been points where it's became very, very overextended and it continues to push up, right? But looking at previous patterns and looking at previous highs, really at around $3. $3 for natural gas. This is normally the area where it becomes overextended, right? So normally around $3. Do you see this anywhere? Honestly, anywhere above 2.95 makes sense on why that's a little bit more on that sell territory rather than buy range, right? Now that we're pushing all the way up here, this is where we're at, right around 310, right? Or 306 to be exact. So this was a huge push, right, that it had, and now it's starting to show signs of a potential pullback. So again, it had this huge sell-off yesterday. It had this huge reversal today. Now what's going to happen? Are we going to see a break above 310 in a continuous uptrend pattern? Or are we going to see this thing start to pull back, do a double top, and then start to pull right back down to, the SMA line? So that's the point of this entire video. So many people have been so like one-sided that I wanted to make this video, and I wanted people to be able to like have a resource to hear other people's opinion. Obviously, you should not invest based on other people's opinion, and don't invest in what you don't understand. But there's a lot of points that I think people will make sharing the knowledge that they do solely because I'm making this video, right? So I'm going to share my opinion after this video uploads, what I think. Obviously, I'm much more of a technical trader, and I need to share that because a lot of people that are saying that, you know, natural gas itself is very overextended, but it's still very bullish. 100% that makes sense. But because it's so overextended as a technical trader, I almost have it on high alert that it might be due for a pullback. And if it's due for a pullback, then that means that DGAZ itself might be due for an overall reversal. And let's say from even like 1850 to its previous support right around $21, that's a little bit over 13% margin of profit. So because of that, you know, that opportunity cost is huge for me, right? That's huge. Imagine just taking one trade for the entire week, right? And being able to get to your weekly or, you know, monthly goal of 15%, regardless of what your weekly or monthly goal is. And I just wanted an outlet for people to share what it is that, you know, they saw value in, what they thought the direction for DGAZ was going to be. And if they have any information in which, you know, a lot of people are talking about the shortage and stuff like that and how that can lead to, you know, natural gas continuing to increase in price, that definitely 100% makes sense on the more fundamental side. On the technical side, yes, natural gas is very overextended. It might be due for a pullback or a little bit of a correction before it continues to uptrend. And that's really just it. There's so many questions that I was getting over Discord of people that did not lock in profits yesterday. And if you guys saw one of my first videos that I uploaded yesterday, we talked about DGAZ being very overextended. I know I made it very clear for the people that are part of Learn, Plan, Profit how overextended DGAZ was yesterday. And the thing is that people think that when something goes up that it cannot come down, right? And that's one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I first got started is, you know, you think that something is going to go up, and again, you have no idea in mind or price point in mind and when you're going to sell. And if you don't have a price point in mind, maybe then you can rely a little bit more on indicators. The RSI was indicating that it was super overextended, and so was the MACD, right? So was the top VWAP. It was riding that top VWAP, and you have FOMO and you don't lock in profits. Again, it's a very simple mistake that a lot of us make, and 100% I make it all the time, right? But it's something that we could all learn from. So I simply wanted to make this video, talk about what I thought about DGAZ. And again, don't care about my opinion. I really wanted to hear everyone's opinion because, you know, it could definitely maybe even help me, right? If I see some logical reason in why someone sees value in UGAZ and why it can continue to uptrend, if it makes sense to me, then great, I can utilize that information and the resource that I gained from this video and the comments down below and effort to make me money in either trading UGAZ or DGAZ. Because again, when one goes up, the other one goes down. So let's make sure that we don't force our entry, right? That we focus on quality. And that the biggest thing is that I just want you guys to understand what you guys are investing in. That's the most important part. So I wanted to try this newer approach of making a video for one specific ETF or stock, right? And then get a bunch of people to share their opinion. And then from that point forward, hopefully people can utilize the comments in these videos to get a better understanding of, again, please don't solely trade based off of anyone else's opinion, but be very open-minded to, you know, what people are saying and be considerate to others. That's really just it. So yeah, that's Ricky, why don't you have a shirt? That comment is so, as soon as I walked out of my room, my roommates all said the same thing, like, oh, Ricky, put on a shirt. It's because it's a camo shirt, get it? But yeah, that's really just it. So thank you guys again so much for your time. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. And if you guys have any comments whatsoever on what videos you guys would like to see in the future, all you guys have to do is comment down below, and I would love to better assist you. Thank you guys again for your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.